Hello, I'm M.K. Davis. I want to talk a little bit about Sasquatch in general, and also kind of with a focus on the Patterson film, and maybe kind of broaden out a little bit into the worldwide phenomenon a little bit. Sometimes I'll sit down and go fishing, and I don't mean literally fishing, but I mean I'll get on the internet and go fishing for information. Sometimes I catch something, sometimes I don't. This was one time I think I did. Let me show you. Let's just travel all the way to Tibet. Let's see here. To Tibet. Well, I got it right here. Hope it's the right hard drive. Come on, machine. Oh, look at there's one. All right. I knew I had it. And now this is where my mind was taking me on this. I discovered this on a rock wall. It's a pictograph done in red ochre, which is a kind of a pigment that's generally used for things that are important, reverence. People use it in their graves and things like that. It's not done lightly. It's somebody drew an image that looked eerily familiar to me. Here it is. Perhaps it looks familiar to you too. If you'll notice that someone circled it a couple of times, maybe 3 times. I guess for emphasis. Great big old feet laying down the tracks. I put it side by side. I turned it around first so it'd be going the same direction as the Patterson subject, and I said, let's just take a look. Excuse me. I wanted to see that leg extension. And there's some other things I found while fishing also. But I couldn't get this one off my mind. This is a half a world away, up in the high mountains. Is this a Yeti? Well, if it is a Yeti, well then certainly Certainly, Yeti must be similar to Patty of the Patterson film. And there's some other things too that I recognized on here too. I'll get into that. The researcher John Green, back when he was employed by the oil millionaire Tom Slick, they had found feces in the Pacific Northwest, and Tom Slick had a fully outfitted and staffed laboratory to send it to. Let me move this out of the way here. Well, it didn't want to get out of the way, did it? There we go. And when the test results came back from this feces, and John said that it was feces that he was positive was Sasquatch, and I don't know how he knew, but he said he knew. And when he got it back, he said it had parasites in it that were common to Asia and pigs and humans in southwest China. What were feces doing in the Pacific Northwest with those kind of parasites? Didn't get to ask the question because John was determined that it was going to be a gorilla, so he dismissed it. Or made light of it. He thought enough of it to put it in his book. Let's see here. Let's filter this thing. Let's just take a look at the individual colors. They're all displayed in black and white, but what I'm looking for is contrast gain. Take a look at this one right here. All right, let's just kind of take it up there and look at it side by side. You'll see when you boost the contrast that it's got a lighter colored face. The person, the artist, or the person who witnessed it gave it a lighter colored face. And then you see a little bit of water or liquid dripping off the foot because you grind up hematite to make red ochre, and then you mix it with oil. It's probably not water, it's probably oil of some type, animal oil, bear oil, and make a paint. And you have the option of turning it around if you want to. Wrong one. On the wrong one. Edit, rotate, flip horizontally. There we go. Make it walk to left to right like Patty did. That looks like frame 352. Kind of. Very much so. And I suspect that if you found feces, you'd find the same parasites. Well, let me go over here. All right. This is some of the stranger things that Bigfoot have been observed around a Bigfoot encounter, and I had this presentation in McMinnville, Tennessee. Some of them I had were from the Paul Freeman. I'm going to keep this one right here, and I'm going to go and grab another one. This presentation came from Hanobi, Oklahoma. I believe it was the 2018. Maybe not. Oh, I know which one it was. True giants. That's a unusual term, isn't it? You may not have come across it. True giant. That implies that there's a fake giant, but that's not what I was talking about when I named it this. Let's see. Hold it, I don't want to leave out all the audio. Now, I'm interested right now in whether this is the same as, hold on, it's getting all mixed up now. I want to grab that one. All right. Let me get this one over here. My goal is to get them side by side. I don't know if I'm going to do it because every time you go from one to the other, it disappears. There we go. Let's look at this one again. Oh, there she goes. What makes Paul Freeman take the camera down and look at the subject with his eyes and say, Jesus? Let's look at it again. Watch it. Watch its face. Right here. Its entire face lights up. There it is. See, I oscillated it. You got some sunshine coming back this way, but it lights up on the dark side. And then suddenly there's a more broad overexposure, which is, let me go back to that. No, that's not the one. Not Minville. Okay. Filtered animation. Now, what I did on this one right here was I was interested in, don't give me the chance to stop it, but I was interested in what was on back in here in these dark areas. So I filtered this image and brightened it up to where I could see back there. And to my surprise, when it got to a certain point, it got dramatically overexposed. Like a flash. Watch this dude. I'm going to do it again here. There he goes. When he reaches this point where he kind of stops and kind of blends in or disappears, can't see him anymore, you can still see his face glowing. And all of a sudden, boom. And perhaps, maybe that's what Native Americans were referring to when they said, if you see one, back away. Speak to it in whatever language you speak. Calmly back away. And get out of Dodge. Because there was an element of danger there. And you could tell the way this thing looked back at him. Now let's go back to the face again. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Paul Freeman. Let me go up here. See if I can find it here. Freeman walk with delay. Freeman subject in full view. Okay. Stable walk. I'm going to try to stop it. I'm going to back it up just a little bit. This is his face right here. That's the side toward the sun. And this is the side on the shade side. And it didn't really make any difference. It's glowing on both sides. It wasn't glowing when he first stepped into the picture. It's just started. And that's what we don't know. We don't know what we're looking at. But apparently it's connected with something essentially dangerous. And that's why they said, back away. Don't approach it anymore, or you upset this thing. Something could happen like that flash, but much worse. And it seems to show the same thing over there in the wilds of Tibet. And let me just go back down here with this one. And there's that face. Right there. Right there. And somebody who saw this thing went around and around with that red circle for emphasis. I wonder if he didn't have some people there and he's telling them about it, and he's saying, if you see this, back away. We don't know what these things are. If a gorilla's 40 feet from you, you might feel emboldened to kind of hang with him, get some better pictures. If you knew it was a gorilla. But if you don't know what it is, maybe I can get this across in an understandable way. You need to back away. There may be an element of danger that you don't know about. We don't know about. Somebody recorded it, both in the Paul Freeman film and in this picture on a wall in Tibet. Why Patty doesn't have a glowing face? We don't know. Something else extraordinary was going on with that film. But if you push one to the point where they become... I looked up some information, and there's a rush, even on us, on mere humans on this earth. There is a rush of blood to the face first. When you get upset. We don't have abilities beyond just showing our face, but if you did, that might trigger it. So something to think about anyway. Is that Bigfoot? I think it's likely that it is. And I also think that, let me see. Let me get back up here. And I need to get back over here. Back away. You need to be backing away right here. He don't. See the white face, and boom. He may have suffered something from this. You don't know. It didn't kill him. Could have made his life miserable. Let's watch it one more time. Watch his face when he turns this way, over here. There it is. Whoa! He pushed him. He pushed him too hard. Or pushed her too hard. Don't know for sure which. An amazing piece of footage. An amazing drawing on a rock wall in Tibet. An amazing piece of film taken by Roger Patterson. Certainly not a gorilla. I thank you for your time.